Hey folks, Frank the Pest Geek here. You may be wondering why I'm wearing this mask to perform a fertilizer service. Well, let me explain it to you very simply. Fertilizers have an inhalation hazard on the label, which is kind of the same as the SDS, where a lot of you have heavy metals and you have things going in and as a powder form, and depending on the quality of the fertilizer, you're going to have a lot of dust. Well, this is an inhalation warning, and you should wear a respirator or a dust mask or a NIOSH 95 mask, dust mask, when you're applying fertilizers to prevent from long-term exposure of you getting lung diseases. And the people say, well, you know, a one-time exposure isn't likely to cause a problem, but if you do this for a living and you're applying it every day as a business, and you're having dust flying in the air and you're not wearing a dust mask or respirator, long-term exposure to fertilizers are just as hazardous as long-term exposure to pesticides. So wear your PPE if it's on the label. Check, and I'm going to show you where this is at on the bag. Fertilizer needs to get treated as a pesticide. Right there is the inhalation warning on the SDS that this is corrosive and that this causes damage to internal organs and to lungs. When you read down here, the PPE required to apply a fertilizer, it is just like a chemical. Wear protective eyewear, goggles, face shield, chemical resistant gloves, long sleeved pants, plus shoes with socks when using this product. Use proper respiratory when necessary to avoid injury. Take any contaminated clothing and wash before reuse. You see me wearing my goggles. This is why you see me wearing my long sleeve shirt, why I wear my long pants, shoes with socks, and I treat fertilizer just like if it was a pesticide, because according to the label on that SDS that is there, it is the law. And most people say, well, it's not mandatory. I said, if you have employees and you have an OSHA inspector and somebody gets injured or has a problem, then they're going to ask, why wasn't he following the label when that's what that label is there for? So yes, on fertilizers, just like pesticides, like chemicals, anything that is a chemical in the workplace, you have to follow the precautionary statement as an employee to follow the law, because now you violate, not only you can violate FIFRA law, you can violate OSHA law, which are two separate governing bodies. And this is the reality of doing pest control, and why professionals have to be licensed, and why people will pay the price, because all these precautions have to be taken by professionals, where they have to be licensed. In the state of Florida, to provide a fertilizer application, you now have to be licensed. I am a state certified best management instructor, best management practices instructor for this program. I've been in this program now for I think 9 years that I've been teaching it, and before it was law, and now it's law, and I still teach this program 2 to 3 times a year regarding the best management practices for fertilizers in the state of Florida. Hey, this is Frank the Pest Geek wishing you a pestacular day. Do me a favor, if you like it, go ahead and subscribe below to the channel. Give it a thumbs up, like it, share it with your friends, and have a pestacular day.